think he referred to him as a point guard, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
How much fun do you think he likes being in that? So we talk about quarterbacks that gunslingers and all that, and now you say he's a point guard.
Yeah, I think that's the evolution of Dak.
Yes. The evolution of Dak. Oh, man. That boy said it best. He absolutely said it best. And it's your boy Boss Show Me bringing you another one.
Another one.
And so this one is important, man, talking about Dak and the evolution. And before we get into it, this stream is brought to you by Sleeper app. And with Sleeper app, you can go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. So the evolution is real, and it says a lot about that. It does. I promise y'all I was gonna bring y'all more detail because I did a show yesterday about Competition Wednesday, and keeping my promise, getting into Dak's evolution. Dak has been evolving. We gonna go through each one quickly, but it says a lot about him. Because first of all, at his level of quarterback and the level of quarterback that he's been, most quarterbacks get to a point where you can't tell them nothing. But Dak, with literally every one of his coaches, has adopted something with each one that's made him the man he is today. So that's why it was perfect that he used the term Brian Schottenheimer. It was perfect that he used the word evolved. I mean, perfect. So just going through his history and bringing to where he is now is very interesting. So I'm gonna just kind of go through each one, and honestly I'm gonna give my favorites. So the first level of Dak came from Jason Garrett. Under Jason Garrett, I would call Dak an elite game management, or he had elite game management, where he was basically needed to be safe with the football and get behind the running game. To be honest, though, at the same time, this was also, to me, a lot of people might disagree with this. This was my favorite Dak. This Dak was the most winning Dak. And this is what I would actually want for Dak right now. Elite game management. Under this Dak, when the Cowboys ran the ball and had over 100 yards rushing, Dak was winning 90% or over 90% of his games. So this Dak was actually also built by not even just Jason Garrett. This Dak was built by his mom. If people remember, that was the Dak where he told Dez, I will throw it to you when you're open. Like, I ain't forcing no throws to nobody. You win your route, then I deliver the football. That was that Dak. But that Dak was the most winning Dak. That Dak also had the least amount of skills than he has now. But that was absolutely my favorite Dak. Then you had the John Kitna Dak. So John Kitna Dak was Rip It Dak. And so Rip It Dak was somebody that was empowered by John Kitna, where basically he preached rip it and blame the coach, blame me. He was freeing to Dak. This is also where Dak went absolutely crazy. This came from Bobby Belt. I want y'all to listen to this. Shout out to Bobby Belt for this good info from back in the day. But check it out, listen.
Now, I'll never forget 628 F flat, first play of 7-on-7, and I dropped back and we got the 15 or 20-yard dig over here, and we got the drag coming like this, and they're in Tampa too, and the Will linebacker drops back, he floats back, so I come back, boom, I hit the tight end coming across, and he gets 7 or 8 yards, and I'm feeling good about myself, and I walk over to Coach Marks because he used to stand off to the side, and you'd have to go over and get the play to him. I walk over there, I'm feeling good. I walk over like this, stand next to Coach Marks, and he has no expression on his face. And he's got his little play sheet like this, and he says, "Why didn't you throw the dig?" And he doesn't even look at me. "Why didn't you throw the dig?" And I said, You see, I saw cover 2, and I saw the linebacker, he started drifting back and da-da-da. So he said, "Why do we call dig?" I said, "For cover 2. He said, "So did you get cover 2? I said,
Yep.
yeah. He said, well, I'm not asking you to evaluate what happens elsewhere. If we get cover 2 and we call dig, throw the dig. And he looked at me, finally lifted his eyes up. He looked at me, said, I can't coach caution.
Ooh.
And it was like this. For 10 years, I've been coached to be cautious.
That's right.
Hey, it's better to you always take a profit, da-da-da. And here was this coach saying, when I call it, and if you get what we're looking for, you rip it. And if something goes wrong, that's on me. And I'll take the bullet. And he did it over and over for me. And it freed me up. For 2 years, I threw for 4,000 yards each year with him. And I learned more football in those 2 years than I learned in the other 14 years combined.
That boy Mike, boy, y'all believe, boys are sleeping on Mike Marks. Mike Marks is legendary coach. I done featured him a couple of times. But the rip it was also what he carried to Dak. Hey man, let it go and blame me. If you go throw what you supposed to, and then if it don't go right, I'll take the heat. And he did. That was the year that Dak had 3,000 yard receivers and should have had 4 with Cobb. He should have had 4,000 yard receivers. So that rip it actually evolved Dak. Now, I honestly don't like rip it style as much as I like elite game management. I love elite game management because it wins. It's not as sexy, it's not as fun, but it wins. But yeah, going back into that time, on throws greater than 20 yards, Dak Prescott completed 5 of 6 for 155 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pass rating of 158. He attempted a deep ball pass on 18.3% of his attempts on Sunday, compared to 10.8 for 2018. So you could see, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we lost a good one when we lost Kitna. We did. That was one of the worst losses we had. But just kind of going through the history so we can see how Dak truly evolved. Then you had Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore turned Dak into more of a super digit system quarterback. And that's basically where the receivers had to be able to read the defense on an NFL quarterback level. And what that does is it allows you to beat teams with timing. So Dak loved that system because he was able to throw with a lot of anticipation and beat teams with anticipation. The problem with that system is it lacked accountability. It totally lacked accountability, meaning if the receivers ran a bad route because they misread the defense, guess who took the blame? Not Kellen, not that receiver. It was Dak. See, under the Kellen Moore system, that's when Dak had the most interceptions, and most of them was actually caused by receivers being in the wrong position, running those option routes, or what's called the digit system. But that system also evolved Dak into more of a cerebral quarterback. So shout out to Kellen Moore. I always hate on Kellen Moore because it definitely simplified the game. Not simplified. Now going forward, everything is simple because that was a complicated system. So now that's like taking somebody from trigonometry right back to pre-algebra. So Dak, after Kellen, every system after Kellen is super simple. And that's why he's able to make the adjust. And I'm just showing y'all the evolution of Dak. To me, the most rewarding was Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy was the guy that empowered Dak the most. He was the most empowering coach of all of them. He was the one that gave more responsibility to Dak in terms of the offensive line, had Dak doing coaching duties. He really expanded the powers and authority of Dak. And one of the great things you saw from Mike McCarthy was the footwork. I mean, Dak's footwork just went to another level under the Texas coast. And remember, it was 3 times Dak should have been MVP. One of them should have been with Mike McCarthy. Now that brings us to the final evolution of Dak, which is the evolution to Dak to be the point guard, which is basically feed the hot hand. So let's talk about this. So under Schottenheimer, he explained it. Let's kind of go through it.
Obviously, having the weapons that he has with Pickens and CD, and obviously Williams is playing in the line. How much fun do you think he's having? I think he referred to him as a point guard, I think, at one point.
Yeah.
How much fun do you think he likes being in that? So if you talk about quarterbacks that are gunslingers and all that, now you say he's a point guard.
Yeah, I think that's the evolution of Dak. It's a maturing process. I mean, all quarterbacks want to throw it 40, 50 yards down the field. You obviously saw him launch one on after the sudden change down there. GP did a great job breaking up a potential.
So basically, the point guard basically is allowing Dak to be almost similar to what it was with Kitna. He's more free to go for it. He's more free to go out there and make plays. Go out there and, hey, man, because the first time I started hearing about this point guard was this week. When I start hearing about point guard, that start telling me that they basically saying, Dak, go out there and just make it happen. Don't be as fundamental. Go out there and free yourself up and go for it. That's why this particular game, this recent game versus Las Vegas Raiders, you saw actually Pickens get more targets than CD. That ain't money ball. That's freed up ball though. And that's something that I pray to God that they embracing going forward. Because if you seeing the evolution of Dak into a true point guard, you finna see the best Dak you've ever seen in your life. You also finna see the best of all your receivers, because every one of them gonna have to earn it. So he was basically saying Dak is free to basically throw the ball downfield more, and basically improvise, go out there and make plays, you know. And I love that. Let's listen to Dak.
Solid.
They asked him how did he grade himself. My boy Dak said solid.
The ball in harm's way once, maybe even twice. Receivers did a good job of, knocking it down. Other than that, like I said, I was just trying to be a point guard and distribute the ball, get the ball to these guys, let them go do work, and had a great red zone plan. All but the last two right possessions, we scored in the red zone. So. Yeah, huge. I mean, getting those guys the ball, watching them run after catch, being who they are. Two elite guys that complement each other, that build off of each other's energy. One go makes a play, the other one wants to make a play. Tonight was fun. Just as I've always said, right? I'm just trying to get the ball out of my hands to these guys, be like a point guard, and let them go do what they do best. And tonight was a good example of that.
To allow you to kind of get those assists, if you will, and defensively, what did you see that they were doing to open things up for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to play a team with a lot of spot drop, so it was important for our guys.
So this is giving you the background of the thinking of point guard. So spot dropping, basically defensives, especially when in the zone, dropping to different spots. So, but what you listening to it is a combination of Kellen Moore, Digisystems, mixed with the friend of Kitna. That's what you're listening to. You looking at a mix. The evolution of Dak is a mix of Kellen option route system, where receivers got to be in the right spots, but also where he could also be aggressive and go vertical if need be.
Has to run, be fast, be at their spots on time in the right depths, and credit to our receivers and obviously the guys up front, giving me a few seconds, and those guys being detailed on where they need to be. And if we can continue to do that, like I said, that's what we can expect of ourselves.
Yeah. So I'm loving the evolution of Dak. Like, Dak was truly built the right way. Dak is wired the right way. The type of man that's not above coaching. The type of man that where he can go through multiple coaches and take the best of each one and then mold himself into the man that he is now. And that's why I'm so happy that the Dallas Cowboys invested into Quinnen Williams and Logan. Because see, these years of Dak is going to eventually end. And you got to be a steward of this. You got to be aggressive now. Let's try to build. Let's hoard those picks and let's draft for the future. Let's try to get another quarterback. That's foolish. All of that's foolish. But we are now in the era of point guard Dak. Feed the hot hand Dak. And I will say this before we close out. If Dak is going to be a point guard, then I want them to pay Pickens. But if this is going to be money ball to where because we paid a guy, we're going to force feed him, I don't want them to pay Pickens. Pickens is only worth it when he's freed up. If you're going to treat him like a number 2, even though him and CeeDee Lamb are both number 1s, and Dak can't be a point guard, don't waste Dak's time. Don't waste Pickens' time. Let him be a true point guard. But it's your boy Boss Show Me, man, bringing you another one about the evolution of your quarterback. It's very interesting history to me. If you like this type of content, reward your boy with a like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to give y'all this type of sauce. Until the next time, I'm out.